Hi, this is SETIE, and here we are on our trip out to the Eagle Creek Trailhead. This is Eagle Creek to High Bridge, I think. Is that right, one girl?
Yes, that's right.
Do you have a comment?
No comment.
No comments for the camera?
Nope.
Alright, so our expected weather is 36 degrees, looks pretty cloudy, and the gorge is famous for high winds, so we're going to expect that. I've been on this trail before. It's an incredibly pretty trail. I've never been at it in the winter time. Actually, I suppose technically we're in fall now, aren't we? No, we're still in the winter. And we'll catch back up in a few minutes when we're out of the car. There's an old train tunnel that's pretty standard to the architecture you're going to see along the gorge if you come up Highway 84 here. Here we have a nice, pretty shot of some cliffs along the gorge, some scenery. We actually have some snow if you look off in the right direction. Check out all the moss here and how this drips down. This is real common here in the gorge and in Oregon. You can see the rocks becoming exposed. We have mineral deposit rocks. Most of this is held together by mud, fairly gritty mud. One of the very beautiful things about Oregon. A lot of times in this you'll find small waterfalls. Also falling rocks. You can see how a rock is falling out here. These are getting ready to fall. Right, this beautiful overhang here is very characteristic of the gorge. And you can see here, now, not only is there this sedimentary mud, this gritty sand we talked about earlier, but also a lot of this has actually been compressed into sedimentary rock and chunks have fallen out. You can see a lot of these formations in the gorge. It's a very pretty one. I'm not sure what all of this is. For example, there's a black spot in here. I'm completely confused about. Looks like something that's fallen down. It comes apart like charcoal. Maybe it's a disintegrating tree root or some other kind of plant matter. I suppose if we left it there long enough, it would take the oil and we'd go to work for it. It also looks like we may have some clay right here, this greenish dirt. Rock formation, the sediment has compressed into rock and parts have fallen out, or other rocks that would have previously fallen out are completely hardened. Very beautiful. So what we have off to my immediate left here is Oregon's state plant, moss, a little bit of mold, and a whole lot of water. There's a beautiful myriad of plants that survive off this. You can see tree structures where water's washed this away, or root structures rather. Ferns, more moss, again our state plant. The rock and mud that's been exposed by slides, which brings me to my next point. This rock right here actually fell probably 50 feet, you think, Log Girl? From its original position. I'm not sure if it was before or after the trail was originally constructed, but this is one of the dangers of living in a very wet environment, and also by the miniature waterfall here you can see one of the beautiful things about living in this wet environment. This is another one of these beautiful rocks we're really well known for in the gorge here. Again, our state flower, moss, ferns, more ferns. As you can see, the The dirt under this one is getting worn away. It's very far under it. And I think it's getting ready to fall. Now, if this thing falls on a person, you can kiss them goodbye. But this is just one more example of a living forest and why it's important to actually take care of what we're doing. With all the water in this part of the country, the ground often starts to give way, especially in the less populated areas where things haven't shored up. So these trees, like 4 trees it looks like, and their root bundles became dislodged from the soil and came down, created this massive mudslide behind me. So we're going to traverse this. First time in a while I've crossed a washed out trail. First time with the dog here. Come on, Flint. Let's go. Now it's pretty muddy, but so far everything's feeling very stable. The trees are a little slick. That sounded gross. I'm experiencing a little bit of foot suction right now, but fortunately there's enough under here that you can be fairly stable. This, folks, is why waterproof, breathable footwear kicks ass. So I made it over the obstacle, and the only damage I suffered is some dirty shoes. This here is actually from Walk Girl cleaning her fingers so she could work the camera. So we're about 1.5, 2 miles into the Eagle Creek trail here. We're about 200-300 feet above the river. We've got this beautiful formation back there. Now I think everything in this area is volcanic, but don't quote me on that. So this was a flat plain, and then Eagle Creek began to flow and actually carved this beautiful canyon with all of these features. It almost looks like you can see where there was some stagnation in the carving of the canyon with these striations here. Again, don't quote me. So here we are, I'm guessing about 300 feet up. Unfortunately, a lot of assholes have come along and put a lot of litter in there. Now that litter down there, I would be willing to bet $1,000 that no one is going to go pick that up in my lifetime. So that's permanent. These people have done permanent damage to the environment. Again, more of our state flower, moss and fern. You can see the trail. We're on a slight uphill. So here we are at Punchbowl Falls. We're about 2.5 miles into the 3-4 mile hike at Eagle Creek. Unfortunately, we've spent a lot of time videotaping and taking pictures, and we aren't going to be able to complete the hike before nightfall. So at this time we're going to turn around and at least hopefully we got you some good pictures, some nice video. You've seen some nice things. And this is SETIE, and we're going to head back now. Bye-bye. One more nice little note about the Eagle Creek Trail. Very spacious restroom here, and probably one of the few porta potties I have ever been in that still smells decent. Even my wife thinks so.
No!
Off. He's just cleaning his paws off.
Yeah. You film them?
How you folks doing?
Okay, they make it mad.
Huh?
They make it mad.
Oh, okay. You know, when you're filming a TV show on the trail, people look at you pretty weird. Those people down there, I don't know if they've been on camera, they looked at us like we were freaks.